What's going on, good people? Thank you for joining in for another episode of Build Your Fort. Today, I've got a big surprise for you, man. I've got the dude in the house with that special sauce. He's a father, he's a husband, and he's what I call the branding godfather. He's also my friend, Mr. Nick Nelson, the brandpreneur himself, is here. What's going on, Nick? How are you doing this morning?
What's up, Lentheus? Build your fort, Chaney. I
Lentheus?
still remember the day we came up with building your fort, like it was yesterday. Like
Yeah,
it was yesterday. I remember that.
and I still use that whole example of how coming to where my happy place was asking myself what made me happiest as a kid, and you helped bring that out. And here I am. I'm your day one. You know that, right?
You do, bro. You day one. You like day one. This is when I was just figuring it out.
I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah. Lentheus Chaney was a part of that figuring it out crew.
right. And what some of the things that we came up with when it came to branding myself was, what do you do? What is special about what you do? What makes you different? It's like I help people figure it out, whatever it may be. And so you were in that phase, I was in that phase, and I'm forever grateful for it. Now, it still took me a while to get to this point, but
Hmm.
all the skills and everything that you instilled and helped me getting to that point, most definitely are shining along with all of my experience from the past. So thank you. And I'm amazed to see how you've continued to grow. So that's what we're going to talk about. Tell me who you are. Who is Nick Nelson and what do you do?
Um, Nick Nelson is a guy that is passionate about helping people of color who are remarkable at what they do. Um, Come from behind the stage and get on the stage, grab the mic, and let the world know and see and experience their gifts. And nowadays, a lot of that is done through social media. It's done through um, presenting yourself, putting yourself out there in different ways, not the same way each and every day. It's letting people understand what it is you know. And everybody knows something, everybody can teach something, everybody's a brand. It's do you choose to? Becoming a brand is a selfless act. It's a selfless act because you don't have to. Many people, they're doing just fine, word of mouth or what have you, especially if you're good at what you do. But putting yourself out there and inviting other people to connect with you is now extending yourself to be of service. And at the end of the day, um, the people that I work with, they in some way, shape, or form provide a service that someone out there needs. And they might not even know that they needed it, but they see them and they are either inspired, they either purchase, or they either tap them on the shoulder and say, you know what, be a part of what it is that I'm doing and let's partner together and build something stronger. And so that's what Nick Nelson does.
All right. So you've told me what you do. You have neglected to tell me, my friend, who you are. Everybody knows Nick Nelson, the brandpreneur, but my job here is to break down the aspects of who you are as a person beyond the brand, because there is a living, breathing person behind those sunglasses. So I want to know, who is Nick Nelson intimately?
Okay, who I am. I am a hot mess. If there were three words that were to describe me, I'm classy, flashy, with just a hint of ghetto. The ghetto makes it interesting. That's who I am.
So when the cameras are off, you are a hot
I'm
mess.
still the same. I'm a hot mess. I am all over the place. I am I'm driven. I work nonstop. I love, but I'm hard to love at the same time.
Mm, mm. But you know, Nick, one thing that I can appreciate about you is that you love hard. You love your family. You love your wife, your kid. My condolences to you. I know you recently lost your mother. I know you loved on her hard,
Hmm.
and you put it out there. You know, that was part of seeing the other side of Nick Nelson that I wasn't used to seeing before. So that has evolved quite a bit with you letting the public into your personal life, and they see you getting up and doing your routine. I see the billionaire mindset in you when you get up more, you take care of your body, you take care of your family, and you continue on with that. And I see it. So I want you to know that I see you, first of all. Second of all, how important was it for you to let people into your personal life as a brand person? Do you think that's something that most entrepreneurs should do more of, or is it something that should be measured? Because you know, many of us kind of battle and tussle with how much as a brand do we let people know about us personally and your personal life. How do you do that, and is that something you think everyone as an entrepreneur who's in the public eye should do?
It really it all depends on your degree of comfort, honestly. Um, but I can tell you from a brand perspective, people want to understand who they're dealing with. They want to get an understanding of more than just the service you provide. They want to understand, is there a connectivity? Is there a connection point with you above and beyond business? Is there something that I can relate to? Is there something about you that is attractive to me above your service offering? Oftentimes, the thing that makes us great is our background and our story. It's the one thing that makes you unique and different. It is your story. It's your life. It's the life you live, the life you have lived, right? It's your personal triumphs, your losses. Um, it's your thoughts. All of these things people care about. When I did politics, when I first started Brandpreneur, that's where I founded it on, is politics. The images that would get the most love would be those where the candidates would be with their families every single time, because people want to see that. They want to get an understanding of who are you above and beyond all of the pomp and circumstance, right? Who is this individual that I'm dealing with? They want to make certain that it's real, right? They want to make certain that it's not cubic zirconia, but it's an actual diamond, right? And the thing that tends to be more precious to us and most precious to us is family and those things that matter most to us in our lives. And so that's why I encourage everybody that's an entrepreneur or business professional, period. Let people in. You don't have to tell them the whole story. You ain't got to give them everything, but just give them enough so they understand that you're really real.
That's deep. That's important. I see where you're coming from with that. Tell me who your ideal client is when someone comes to you and wants to work with you, because I'm quite sure you don't work with everybody, but
Hmm.
who's your ideal client? At the beginning, yeah, when we first start off, we probably take every client that's coming because we know we got to keep the bills paid, but something clicks as you mature in your entrepreneurship journey where every client isn't the right client for you. Who's your ideal client?
Um, my ideal client. My ideal client is a person of color that is either a, a professional, a founder, or owns a business, and they are uncertain of how to put themselves out there above and beyond traditional media methods such as TV, radio, print. Um, they are ready to try something and do something different, and they don't know what that something different is, or it is someone that is looking to make a pivot, a shift, and they have so many different gifts, so many different skill sets, but they don't know which one to pick. They don't know which direction. My ideal client is a person who overthinks. They overthink about everything,
Mm.
right? And as a result of overthinking about everything, they do nothing. They don't take action. And they need somebody to push them forward. I am like Joe Clark in Lean on Me when Sam's was at the top of the roof and he said, "You want to smoke crack? Then jump. Jump, Sam's. Jump, Sam's. That's what you might as well do." Right? I take you to the point of the ledge and ask you if you want to smoke crack, then jump. That's what I do.
I relate that to you telling me in our session, stop being so weird. I will never, ever forget those words. And I'm like, I'm not being weird. I'm just don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm trying to figure this thing out. But those are the pushes that kind of get you to where you need to be. Have you ever told another client, stop being so weird?
All the time. Like you ain't the only weird one. Like the thing I've learned, Lentheus, man, is that sometimes you just got to tell people what it is. At least I judge, right? I judge. Everybody else judges, but a lot of times we judge and nobody will ever say a thing, right? They'll have you out here just looking bad or not being your very best and will talk about you in their head or think about it, but will never tell you. When my clients come to me, I don't care who they are. I don't care how successful they are. I don't care how important you are. Your title means nothing to me. It doesn't. So if there is something about your disposition, something about your personality, something about how you dress, man, if you have a booger in your nose, I don't care. I'm going to let you know because it is impacting you and your success, right? Because other people judge. So that's why I just say it. I don't have a filter, nor do you want me to have one. You want me to say whatever on my mind, how I need to say it, because if you allow me to be my authentic self, you will be your very best self.
So very true. This is not your first go at entrepreneurship. You had another company with a partner before you began Brandpreneur. So you made that change. And I'm quite sure you had to instill in yourself some of the things that you're instilling in your clients to be successful. What were some of the challenges you went through with starting your company, your new company?
The first challenge that I went through was it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me because I transitioned from being, a successful, marketing CMO, for a successful agency that had, established a record doing film and television. And now I was independent. So I didn't have a partner. So it was just me now, right? Had to figure out everything. So number one, I had to figure out everything. Number two, I went through my own imposter syndrome. I said, okay, I was a marketing executive, managing, 40 plus employees and things of that nature. Now I'm running around town with a camera, taking pictures of folks and video of folks. What the hell am I doing? That's number two, right? What will people say? What will people say? Number three, after I got over this imposter syndrome and realized, man, this is your purpose. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Then it's like, how do I make money doing this? Money that I need because I got grown man bills, right? Let's be clear. I'm not, a millennial. I got houses and cars and kids and wives, right? What wife, I should say.
Yeah,
Right?
you better clean that up because she's.
I better
she's
clean
gonna
that
hear
one up.
this.
But I got real bills. I got real bills, right? So how do I create a sustainable model that can allow me to provide for my family? 4, what am I selling? What am I selling? I'll never forget the day I went to my mentor, T. Dallas, And I asked him, I said, man, I'm trying to do this, and this. He said, Nick, you are doing too much. He was like, with my business, my competitors, they have a full menu. With me, it's a leaflet, right? So I had to scale down. I had to scale down what it was that I was doing. And then five, I had to not only scale down, I had to niche down and say, you know what? I am not for everybody. I'm not. I'm not. I'm for people of color and not everybody who's a person of color. You have to have at least 10 plus years of experience and be remarkable at what you do and have a track record. I need receipts. When you go to the Walmart or Best Buy and you have a big ticket item, you have somebody at the end, before you can even leave, they'll say, excuse me, may I see your receipt? Lentheus, you are a big ticket item. You're a big ticket item. When we met, you had experience in the publishing industry. You had receipts, man. You had receipts. You had receipts. Now you were trying to do something different. You were trying to be known for something different. I can deal with that. And I will deal with that, man. That's who I'm for, right? So once I got through all of that, man, I was able to find my own way of doing it and find my angle and keep on pushing. And that's what I've done, man.
And you do a very good damn job at it. When I mentioned earlier in the intro, you've got that special sauce. You do something a little different that most um, branders or marketers don't do. You know, a lot of time they will hire out to a creative to get images and things of that sort to rebrand this person, but you do that work yourself. You've held that camera from the very beginning. You haven't given it to anybody else, and I don't think you should. But I think that's what makes you different at what you do, and that's what your passion is. Something that you enjoy doing. You like getting behind that camera, don't you?
I do, because the only reason why I haven't outsourced it is because I have not found anybody, and I've tried, man. I have not found anybody that it is able to bring out the authentic person that like I can. See, you can give anybody a camera. You can give anybody a camera, man, but it doesn't make you a photographer. And I'm not a photographer, brother. What I am is a branding guy that knows how to shoot damn good, right? But I'm a branding guy, and I take that branding mindset in with me. You have many photographers that take a photography mindset in with them. I don't need a photographer to have a photography mindset. I need you to have a branding mindset. I also need you to not be scared of the person in front of you. Oftentimes, they just way too nice. Excuse me, do you mind moving over to the left a little bit? Do you mind moving over to the right? Can you? Do you? May you? No, no, move. Put your chin down. Put up. You know, like I tell you what to do. I tell you what to do. It is not please may you. It's eat the cake, anime. Eat the cake, right? That's what you got to do. Because let me tell you something, man. The people that I work with, man, they real used to people just doing whatever they say, right? And getting in front of me is a humbling experience. It's so humbling. It's so humbling because you paid me to do a job, and I'm going to do my job. You paid me to push you around, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And you will thank me in the end when your stuff look good and you sound confident, right? You don't look timid. You don't look shy. And we're going to have some fun at the same time. I am an experience. I promise you, Lentheus. I am Disney World for grown professional people of color that are trying to put themselves out there. It's a small world, Space Mountain, all wrapped in one.
And
The happiest brand on earth. That's
that's
what this is.
that's why people come to you. That's why you should never put down that camera. Your brand is you. And that's what I'm trying to drive here for you and for the listeners is that you are a brand. You're helping other people become a brand. But in all truth, you are your brand, the brandpreneur, and people want to be in your presence and use your services because of what you do. You're beyond just a photographer. You're beyond just a marketer and a branding. You're two of those people mixed together with a little extra something else. I don't know what to call it, but I'm liking it. Uh,
It's called crazy.
okay.
It's called bat-ish crazy. That's what that is. What I've learned, man, is that those individuals, hold on, let me tell you something. Dave Chappelle is Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle is bat-ish crazy. If you look at any, and I dealt with entertainers, man, those that are great at what they do, many of them slap crazy, man, slap crazy. And but it is that thing that what's wrong with this person that makes them great, man. And they just walk in it, right? I've had to learn, man, this is just who I am. This is who I am. I could try to tone it down, but then it just won't work for me. So I'm the dude that will be on a podcast at 6 a.m. in the morning wearing shades, right? You're like, what is wrong with this cat? But that's that's how the brain works, man. It's gonna work this way until it don't work no more.
I love you for it, man. Oh, tell me what have been some of your, don't tell me who they are. Please don't call them out, but give me an example of your most difficult clients that you've come in contact with. What made them difficult and how did you get them over the hump?
Um, I'll tell you recently, had a client. This person was very, very timid about putting themselves out there. Had never done it before. First, um, they worked in an industry where there weren't many people that looked like them. One of the only ones. I'm one of the only ones, right? They were moving from working for a parent company to going independent and knew the importance of putting themselves out there. So, Nick, I'm ready to put myself out there. What they did was they rubbed the lamp and they asked the genie to come out. And here I am. I said, all right. They said Candyman 3 times. Brandpreneur, Brandpreneur, Brandpreneur. Boom. And I showed up. They wasn't ready. They was not ready. They was not ready. They said Brandpreneur 3 times, and I came out there with my pitchfork. And as a result, when it got time for us to do work together, they froze. They were sweating. They were stumbling. Nick, I'm so hot. Nick, I can't. I was like, stop. We ain't doing this today. I shut the whole thing down. I shut it all the way down. I shut it all the way down because they weren't ready. Here, I said, I need what I need you to do. Seriously, I need you to get your mind together. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do this again. And then I didn't just leave them there. Throughout the course of the week, we had conversation. You know, hey, let's really analyze what happened, right? This is what we're going to do. And then they just needed a good old fashioned confidence boost, right? In terms, okay, you got this, you can do this, all right. I came the next time, smooth the silk, smooth the silk, smooth the silk. But a lot of it is all rooted right in here, man. The mind is so powerful, man, because within the mind, we make decisions and we can make things up in our mind. We can it causes us to have doubt. We can overthink in our mind. You have to get control of this. The minute you get control of this thing right here, right? Oh my God, your world is set free. But you got to get control of this. And that's the thing that so many of us, including me, have trouble doing, is controlling this joker right here. This is so powerful. This is more powerful than any Tesla, than any Apple, than any computer in the world, right?
Yep.
This thing that God has created within ourselves. And the minute we really learn how to master and control this thing is the very minute that our world changes and our brands are set free.
My own experience has been in talking with other entrepreneurs also is that negative self-talk. Negative self-talk will stop you dead in your tracks. Probably what happened to your client. It's a confidence thing and it's a am I good enough? It's that imposter syndrome. It's like all those things swirling around in one big bucket of mind and it will stop you dead in your tracks. Give our audience a tip for stopping negative self-talk.
um, you have to catch yourself, right? It's all about catching yourself. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but you got to be like, it's recognition. It's like, oh, hold on. I've been here before. Let me stop. And then not just let me stop, it's finding an outlet. I don't get on my Peloton, man, just for the sake of getting on my Peloton. That helps me to reset my mind, right? It helps me to think about something else other than all these clients, all these responsibilities, all this pressure. It gets me to think about push, right? You know, I'm thinking about, staying in tune, staying up, getting up out the seat, getting down out the seat. Man, it takes my mind away, right? But it helps me to catch myself, right? There are certain things you have to put in place in order to catch yourself. It's all about recognition. Once you catch yourself, um, things things don't become a repeating cycle, because the thing that I've learned about myself and other people is that it's the same stuff we end up doing that hurts us, hurts our careers, hurts our relationships. It ain't like it's new stuff. It's the same damn thing you've been struggling with all these years. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It might be anger management. You hot head, right? It might be you don't live up to your commitments. It might be you're not a great communicator, right? Whatever it is, it's the same thing. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. Once you put contraptions in place to manage the same thing that you've been doing your entire life, right? You just might be able to be great. Me included. I'm talking to myself right now, not you.
Yo, that's what this is all about. You think this podcast is about you? It is about you, but a lot of what goes into it is me talking to myself and also me being a voice for other people who are talking to themselves and giving them some solutions. When it comes to negative self-talk, one of the things that I learned from Lisa Nichols from one of her books way back. This is when I was like, self-help, what's that? I'm going to read this book. But when you said catching yourself, that resonated with me because I remember her saying in her book that she would be in the middle of her speech, one of her first speeches, and that negative self-talk started happening. And how she caught herself was doing something physical. On a tape recorder, you have the play button, the start button, and the rewind button.
Hmm?
She would physically, in the middle of her forehead, press the stop button. And being that physical action would make her stop that talk that was playing in her head, and she would rewind herself and she would keep going on. And she did that. And she said she thought people probably thought she was a little crazy. What is she doing? But that was her putting some physicality to stopping the negative self-talk that was going in her head. And after she did that for a while, she was able to do it without actually making that motion. But when you say catching yourself, that is so very true, my friend. You got to catch yourself in the middle of it, reset, and keep pushing through, and not be so weird.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, as we wrap up here, Nick, again, thank you. First of all, it's what is it? It's 7 a.m. now. Those of you who are listening to this, you're probably going to be listening at it at 10 a.m. But it is actually early in the morning. We do this at night. We do this in the morning. We make these recordings when we have to make them because it's got to happen. But what do you love most about your journey?
That is mine. No other person has a journey like I have, and as a result of that journey, um, it has allowed me to experience things that many people just have not. Man, I've been on, in other continents, man. I've from an early age, I have been on red carpets, been on city streets, internationally, man. I have loved. I have been in love, am in love. Um, I've helped people. People have helped me. If I die tomorrow, Lentheus, I can say that I've died having a very full life. So I have no regrets. I ain't trying to die tomorrow. Let's be clear. I ain't trying to die no time soon. But I tell people I wear each day as all the way out. I wear it all the way out. I wear it out because what I see nowadays, man, is that life is just too short, and we have become numb to death.
Mm.
You'll learn somebody has passed away, and you don't even know how to feel anymore,
Mm.
right? Because we're just so used to seeing it and hearing it, right? And what is left to happen is those that are closest to an individual are left to pick up pieces. And so I'm here to leave a legacy for Quinn Gabriel Nelson, my son, right? Because William E. Nelson Jr. left a legacy for me. And if I can establish that, and if I can do that, then my job here, my friend, is done.
I have no other way to end this podcast but by that. I had another question. I think you dropped the mic there. I appreciate you, brother. I love you. I can't wait to be in your presence again. And take care of yourself. Thank you.
You do the same, my brother.
You work hard all year long, so why not get more for your money at Experamax Midtown Atlanta? Looking for a MacBook Pro, iMac, or iPad? Don't pay full retail prices at the Apple Store when you can get the same quality products without the premium price. Experamax in Midtown Atlanta is your Apple headquarters, with everything from Apple desktops to laptops, watches, accessories, and more. Get the peace of mind you deserve and buy with confidence, knowing that all of Experamax certified pre-owned products are put through rigorous testing to make sure they deliver the reliability and dependability you demand. Experamax Midtown Atlanta makes it easy and affordable. Plus, you can trade in your old devices and get an offer right on the spot. So shop smarter and save money only at Experamax Midtown Atlanta.